everybody, it's Samantha from Samantha's Designs. Hope you're having a great week. I wanted to come back to you again tonight just to go over another option that you can do with all of those pattern paper that you have left over from your projects. Because I'm always trying to find different ways I can use them. So tonight I'm going to show you a card I've already made, and then we're going to do one together that's all about pattern piecing. So this is when you take your stamps out, you stamp them on your pattern paper to give a pattern to part of whatever item that you are stamping. So in this case, this is one I did earlier. These are little shirts, and I usually don't do this well, I don't do it hardly ever because I'm not a big fussy cutter. I don't like cutting things, shapes and things all that well. I have to really be in the mood to do it, and so I don't do this very often. But I took some of the scrap papers that I had left for my projects over Christmas, just cut out these little shirts out, put them on this little line, and what I used is a die cut. This is the actual die cut and how it comes, but I cut off the banners so that I could put the shirts on this to make it look more like a clothesline. So that's how I kind of altered that die cut. And then I just added my sentiment to the end. I added a stitched die here and then some pattern paper behind it. Very simple card, but yeah, I'm hoping whoever receives this really likes it. So, and also there's these little sequins that I put on, the pink sequins that I added, just to give a little shine, a little glimmer, and a little bit more interest. So this is an example. I tend to see people pick big patterned things, or big items. Clothes are one for sure to do with pattern papers because it looks like the item of clothing has a pattern. I've seen people do balloons, chairs, so it looks like upholstery. So you just kind of have to think. I actually have a stamp set, and this is what we're going to do tonight. That is balloons. I won this set, and this is only part of it because I had to cut this. The way I store this, I've had to kind of cut part of it off so I could store it where I store it, which is not the best way. I've not found a great way to store my stamps because I live in an apartment and I don't have a lot of room. So anyway, that's another whole story. But these are balloons. These are hot air balloons. This stamp set is by Verve. I actually won it. It's one of the few things I've ever won in my life. I can count on my one hand how many times I've won something. So this is something I won actually. I think it was a Mojo Monday contest when I think Mojo has restarted, but this is before she ended things last year, 2 years ago, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is a Verve stamp set called Up and Away. So it has these really cool balloons. So that's what I did pattern piecing with. So here are a couple I've already done out of my pattern paper. I didn't do the entire balloon. So you see this one that I've done here. I've left the basket and stuff out. Okay. And here's another one that I've cut. I'm going to fussy cut this out with you so you can see what I'm talking about. And then we're going to add it to the background. I just have a piece of 110-pound cardstock that I have made into a card. Then I have a piece of khaki or tan cardstock that's a little bit smaller than the typical 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's got there as a background. And then I've worked already on this background. Let me open this up so it's not showing you all my dirty. So I am one of the few people, I don't have a MISTI. This is a Stamp Perfect, better price point. This is why I chose it. A lot of stamping items that I buy, I wait till those big purchase items come up with a version that's a little bit more economical. And I usually just wait until they come out. So sorry about I'm hitting this. Sorry. Here is something I die cut out of white cardstock. It's got this nice scalloped edge. And then I use Distressed Oxides to do the background so it kind of looked like a sky. So for this one I used Broken China and Cracked Pistachio. And then I wrote the sentiment birthday wishes with a little heart in between them. It kind of makes it look like that's writing in the sky. I thought that would look really good. And this is from a Simon Says stamp set that I've had forever. This is birthday. What is the name of this? Birthday Bits is the name of the stamp set. I've had this for a long time, and you can tell it's been well used and loved. I use this one over and over again because of the balloons. I really like the balloons. I really do like the sentiments on it. So I've used that quite a bit in other things. So we're going to put the balloons up here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this. But first we're going to fussy cut out this last balloon that I need to cut out. So I don't have any cute little scissors. I use my Fiskars. These are actually so you can use it with things that are sticky. But this is what I use for fussy cutting. Maybe if I got better scissors, I would enjoy fussy cutting more, but I really don't think so because I'm just not big into fussy cutting. So I don't try to be perfect on my first go around. I just try to get it kind of cut out of the paper. And I'm sure you're going, oh, this looks so awkward. I'm a left-handed person, so I've always been told watching me stir or do things left-handed looks very awkward to right-handed people, and I'm sure that does. So I'm trying to get as close to that stamped line, but not actually cut the line, which I didn't do a great job, but that's okay. So anyway, here's my other balloon. So this is what I'm planning to do. Alright, so let me put this down on the thing here, and you can't see. Let's see if I can get this where you can see. There we go. And what's going to be very difficult is I have to swing this thing shut, and yeah, it's going to be difficult. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I have these on my stamping blocks. I think I'm going to leave them on my stamping blocks and just use this as a pad to press this into. I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink. This really usually is my most favorite black ink that I have. I also use StazOn sometimes, just because it might be something I'm trying to make sure it's permanent, and so that's why I'll use that. So what I am doing is, and really I don't need this to be perfect, I just need the basket part to be perfect because that's what's not, that's not part of my paper piecing. So I'm going to stamp this here, just like that. Okay, very good, very, very good. So the little one, now this is going to be off center, so this is not centered perfectly, and that's okay. Again, making cards is about having fun. It's not about being perfect. I'm going to put this one a little to the right, like that. Stand this up again. Maybe turn this one out a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. So, and I may not, other people may have other ways they do paper piecing, but this is how I do it. I always want to say piercing. It's not piercing, it's piecing, because you're piecing it together. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. Too. Okay, so here's my little panel. So now I'm going to take, I'm using my Distress Collage Medium for this. I was doing this with the shirts earlier, and even though it's liquid, I'm sorry I'm doing this off camera, okay. Even though it's liquid and it can kind of make your paper buckle, you have to remember not to use a lot of it. But the reason I wanted to use liquid adhesive is because you have a little bit of time to really put it in place. Now I'm using my tweezers to help me so I don't get my hands all in the glue, which I'm really good about doing. And I'm just laying that right on top of the stamped image. So now it makes the balloon look like it's this, instead of the background sky, it looks like it's got a different pattern. Isn't that cool? That's why it's called pattern piecing, because you're piecing it together. Alright, so I'm going to do the other two little balloons. Now this really is just a round circle, so I could put it wherever, whichever one I want to. I'm going to put it over here. And then I'm going to do this last one. And I'm really trying to be very careful about putting too much in there, because it will, because this really is paper, so it will make your paper buckle if you put too much adhesive. Make it bumpy and not look very good. Okay, so there is our other balloon. I like balloons in threes. I like images in threes if I'm making images that are the same. I think it just makes it look nice. Alright, so now we need to just get this card put together. I'm using my tape runner that's going to be hard to get along with, and I think I'm getting ready to run out of tape. Yes, I have run out of tape. Alright, hold on one second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I found another tape runner. That has got tape that's full, so I need to fill the other one. Alright, so this is the card base. Try to line this up as best I can. Okay. And then my stamped piece, I'm going to just flip that over. If you want to add some dimension, you could put some foam adhesive on this, but I'm just going to keep this one relatively flat, because this might be one that would go in the mail. Okay. Alright, we're going to try center this as well. Okay, now do I want to put any, lately I've been putting a lot of gems and things. Do I want some sparkles? I'm thinking I do. Hold on one second. Let me grab my sequins. Okay, I'm back. This is a Lucy's card sequin mix. I put it in this little container, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to put many up here because I'm not looking for a huge amount, but I always like just a little sequins or something. Okay, where did my collage medium go? Do you do this? Do you like put things down on your desk or your table sometimes, and then you're thinking, okay, where did I just put that down? Because I just had it, and then you can't find it again. So I'm going to put one maybe here, and maybe here. Again, threes. I'm big on threes. Odd numbers when I'm putting things in. I'm going to try to pick out of this mix the star elements, because there's some cute little stars. They're iridescent, so they will just add a little bit of shine without overwhelming anything. There's another one. And I just use this pick me up. I think who makes this little tool? I don't remember. To kind of put those in place, and we're done. So I hope you will get your scraps out. Maybe try some paper piecing. I always want to say piercing. It's not piecing. And then it's just another way to use up, especially small scraps that you have, because usually if you're stamping images, they're not huge. So this is a way you can use up some of your paper. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. Bye.